morning, students. How are you? See, I am in school. Okay, let's hope very soon you will be here. Today again I am going to cover two topics. That is from civics. That is chapter number 1, that is Indian Constitution, and chapter number 2, understanding secularism. Here only I am highlighting the main topics which I taught. If you want in detail, again you have to go through my videos which I shared in the month of April. One thing I noticed yesterday, that when I saw the views, only it was 67 from class 8. That means if our count is about 80, including 2 classes, it is less. Still some of you have not watched this revision part. And I am appreciating many students, they have given their comment. Thank you for that. Expecting this time to giving your feedback. Okay, without wasting our time, let's move on to our first chapter, that is the Indian Constitution.
So let's begin our revision. Chapter number 1 from Civics, the Indian Constitution. Let's see chapter in a nutshell. The constitution of a country is a set of rules and regulations according to which a country is governed. Just while playing the cricket, there are certain rules and regulations. And the same thing is while playing the football also, certain rules and regulations are there, because these rules and regulations are set for that particular game. And the same thing, that certain rules and regulations are there for running a country also, and that is set by the Constitution. The Cabinet Mission Plan in 1946 proposed the Constitution to the Constituent Assembly. On December 11, 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the permanent chairman of the Constituent Assembly. Yes, in revision question also I have asked this one, that who is the permanent chairman of the Constituent Assembly? Is none other than Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Ambedkar prepared the draft of the Constitution. What you can say, the draft is nothing but a rough or a preparation, isn't it? That is called as a plan. Is prepared by Dr. Ambedkar. Don't confuse between Dr. Rajendra Prasad and Ambedkar. Rajendra Prasad, permanent chairman, whereas Ambedkar prepared the draft, rough plan. That is in the year 1948. The Constituent Assembly then took 2 years and 11 months and 18 days to complete this work. So ultimately, it took 2 years to complete the work. The Constitution, Indian Constitution, came into force on 26 January 1950. So we celebrate it as Republic Day. Rule of law means that the law is supreme. That is another concept here. The preamble, that is the introduction to the Constitution, assures the people of India justice. What type of justice? Social, economic and political justice. Preamble describes the fundamental principles of the Constitution. The basic principles are explained in the preamble. You can see that page even in the in your particular school diary. Then the key features of the Indian Constitution. First one is federalism, that is the 3 levels of government. One is at center, another at the state and another at the panchayat level. Second important feature, parliamentary form of government, that is the Indian Constitution guarantees universal adult franchise. All those who are adults above 18, they have been given the chance to cast their vote and to elect their representative. It is also called as suffrage. Then the separation of powers, the three organs of the government, they are legislature, executive and judiciary, entirely different from each other. One is making laws, another one is implementing laws, and another one is exclusively a separate of these two, and that gives justice to the people. This fundamental right and directive principles. Next point. The fundamental rights are, let's see the fundamental rights given to us. That is right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. These are the 6 fundamental rights that we have already explained in our regular video, in the last video, in the video related to this chapter. Then let's see, the last point is secularism. It means that the state does not promote any one religion as its religion, state religion. So it is just like India is a secular country, people belonging to all caste, their religion, they are enjoying here. Then the important terms related to this chapter, this time I have given, that is, one is apartheid, the policy of racial discrimination. We have seen in class 7 that Nelson Mandela, so he suffered a lot, apartheid, policy of apartheid in South Africa. Second one, arbitrary, that is the individual judgment or choice. Third one, draft, as I told you, drafting committee, draft Ambedkar, a plan or sketch. Next one, tyranny, cruel and unjust use of power. Next point, constitutional amendment. Amendment means change, that is change in the constitution made by the Supreme Legislative Assembly, that is amendment. Now let's come to chapter number 2, understanding secularism. First one, India is a secular state. Secularism means freedom of religion and non-interference policy of the state in religious matters. That means religion is entirely different from the political affairs. The word secular was added to the preamble by the 42 amendment. So 42, before that, before adding this word, 41 times that already amendment, change is being made in the constitution. So this word is added in the 42nd amendment, which came into force on 1976. That means our constitution was framed in the year 1950 and this word is added in the year 1976. The constitution, Indian constitution, is based on certain fundamental values, that is justice, equality, liberty, all of which aim at creating a social order based on economic justice. Ultimately, the goal is economic justice, and for that, what is required? Equality is needed, liberty is needed, and justice is needed. These are all the fundamental values. To respect the ideals of secularism and democracy, the Constitution provides some fundamental rights to the citizens. We have already studied this in our previous class or revision. The 6 fundamental rights being given to the citizens of India. And religion and state should not be intermingled in a secular state. In a secular state, as I told you, the best example, that is India, religion as well as state should not intermingled. Intermingled means interfere in this matter. Religion is entirely different and the state is entirely different. Nobody can be given punishment if it is India is a Hindu country and it cannot give punishment to the religion belong to the person belong to other religion on the basis of that majority of Indians are Hindus, like that. No, nobody is given punishment or any type of fear on the basis of this particular religion. So that is secularism. Rights and duties go hand in hand and are interrelated. There are certain duties also that a person, a citizen must do. It is his rights also, how he is having his fundamental rights. The same way he has to do certain duties. Untouchability has been declared as an offence by the Indian Constitution. Yes, untouchability is totally removed. This is all about that chapter number 2. Now the important terms of these topics are, one is that coercion, that particular word is there in your textbook, to force someone to do something. Okay. Second one, embedded. Embedded means to fix something firmly. सो समटाइम्स क्लॉथ में बात करें तो मोतियों को अच्छे से एम्बेडेड करते हैं. दैट मीन्स इट इज़ स्टिक्ड और फिक्स्ड फर्मली. This is all about this chapter number 2, and please go through the revision chapters. Read as well at home. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.